I'm holding a poop bag and we finally made it to a park area because I was gonna go to other area, but I got more people over this way. But I guess today, since I like to honor the dead and the birds over there, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to find a garbage, but he seems to think I am the garbage can. But today, I would like to honor and talk about the soldiers. Some of the soldiers that were, I guess, forgotten. I guess it started with Vietnam. All right, come on, Chong, let's go. Let's go. I'm trying to get rid of this bag. Let's go. Thank you. Anyway, some soldiers weren't honored as much. My dad, when he came back from Vietnam, they called him baby killer. And he didn't get very good health insurance, honestly. And my dad gave a lot, and his friends, and he watched a lot, and he was a war hero. He was a full-fledged war hero and got nothing for what he did, basically, except for a doctor that we would consider not so good at times. And I guess on this Memorial Day, we can remember, but it's not Memorial Day. On this Memorial Day coming up, we can remember that. And we got a friend that is a retired police officer. Got in a horrific accident, suffered brain damage and different things, and he had to retire. He's still active, and he needed to get, I forget what it was, some kind of medical thing because he's not walking well. I think it was a wheelchair. And his wife's a nurse now, and they're not paying for it. And he was a detective. So, honestly, where have we come in the world to where these are issues? All right, Chong, I want to throw this in the garbage. And let me dump this out here. Okay. He thinks I'm I guess all dogs think we're the garbage. And we could just hold it for miles. But yeah, we're up here at his baseball park. He loves baseball. He loves watching baseball games. But I say let's honor and respect all of our veterans. Because honestly, sometimes the government, once they're done with them and they're done chewing them up and using them for what they are worth, they don't get a lot of benefits at the end of the day. So I say let's respect them. Let's stand up for them because it's an awful world when you give all your all and things like that happen. I mean, you should be able to really enjoy things. You should be able to know you're going to have good doctors after you watched your friends die and things like that. And honestly, we talk about monsters and things that go bump in the night. What are you doing, Chong? You're not going in there. We're not running in there. I can't even trust you for little things, and you think this is going to happen? No. Anyways, my dog Love wants to run so bad, but he's not nowhere near being off leash trained. Nowhere near it. We probably got another year or two the way he's going. And I'm not trying to have him just be lost one day. Honestly. But yeah, the military people, I guess they can get screwed a lot. I guess they do make a decent living, but if they get injured on the job and stuff, that's when they don't see that decent pay. And the benefits that they thought they had, they don't. And it's a very honorable job, but it's a job that sometimes they don't get appreciated for all the same. And it's very sad. It really is. Because you think the people that are protecting us and stuff, Chong, you're going too fast. I said you're going too fast. He's a very strong dog. This one here. But it is it's a job that I don't think I can literally do. I mean, you lose all your personal freedoms. There's just so much that goes along with being a soldier that a lot of people probably wouldn't think about. And then if something happens to one day not get a wheelchair, and I mean, he went out from his he was in the Marines. He had the Marines tattoo and everything. He was at war and stuff. Became a police detective. And now years later, they just don't want to pay for his wheelchair. I don't get why they don't want to pay for anything for anyone. I can see why they don't want to pay for anything for me. I'm healthy. I do fine. But to people that need it, they gave their all. I mean, it's bullshit. It's like no one wants to pay out when it comes to the very thing they asked for. Because if they would have told them in that job description, oh, we have some birds over here. If they would have told them in that job description years ago, we're not going to buy you a wheelchair. Okay, all these birds went away, literally. We said that, we're not going to buy you a wheelchair. You're going to get hurt and this or that. He probably would have went another job path altogether. But these guys are brave. They go and they do what they need to do. And they get shitted on. And I feel bad. And I will give it that much. The military does honor their dead. But they lack in the ones that aren't dead. Maybe because when you die once, you don't got to worry about a wheelchair. Maybe that's the big deal. I don't know. But I feel bad for everyone on this Memorial Day at times. And the ones that died in a horrible way, I think we should pray for them. Whatever your religion is, whatever prayer you use, whatever country you're from, the soldiers, I think I think everybody should pray for every soldier. Because honestly, I know I couldn't do that job. I could not. There's women that do that job, but I am not one of those women. Not whatsoever at all. I'm the person that'll bring truth to you and about my opinions and stuff. But like I said, they are just my opinions. So that's it. I mean, if you like my opinions or don't like my opinions, you just don't listen to me, or you do. I try to be very respectful, straightforward. All right, Chong, stop. I have a crazy dog. I really do. Sometimes he's a nice, sweet, crazy dog. He's always up to something crazy every day. But it's always something that's not bad. It's just simple. He's just a very funny dog. And I keep his innocence because I want him to be him. I don't want him to be anything that is not him. And Chong is funny and quirky, and this is what Chong is. And I don't want to take the Chongness away from him. So every day I just celebrate for what he is, as long as he's listening. Oh, we got a bird over here. I'm okay with it. And we got a little bird. I think if I had a squirrel, you'd see the camera shaking. So I think we'd all know that. And Sean's very still with deer. But like I said, I speak truths from how I see them. I don't try to offend anybody, because to me, who am I to judge? It's not just in the Bible, it's a universal rule. You should not judge anybody because you don't know what circle they're in. This is so pretty over here. I got all up in here good. I love it. It's like the path to Narnia. But you should not judge anybody, and I won't. Even if you told me you murdered somebody, I would not judge that, because who am I? I'm but a piece of sand and a beach, a blade of grass in this universe. I don't know if it was self-defense. I don't know anything about your circumstance, so I don't judge like this. Not at all. And I do pay homage to the dead a lot, because the way you die is just as important as the way you live, in my opinion. If you die a noble death, you're gonna come back as a very noble soul. And it's something I personally believe. I don't honestly, I'm not like, I guess it's not one person I'm copying from, it's just my personal belief system. I always have believed that. And honestly, I want to die. I obviously won't die I want to die an honorable death, in the sense that I try to bring unity. So I guess I want to die an honorable death in a different reason, in different patterns. So, I mean, that's pretty much my game plan. All right, Chong, this is going by that lady's house. We can't walk this way. Come on. We can't walk this way. Those dogs are going to be out. We're going to have problems, Chong. We got to go over on the inside of the park, and then we'll go home. Come on, let's go. You got some shade over here. But I mean, my honorable death is to show peace and unity, and try to gather up as much peace as I can before I die. This is why I live stream, if anybody wonders. This is why I do what I do. This is why I own a rescue. This is why everything has fallen into place like it has. Because that's just the kind of person I am. So he wants to go over and say hi to these dogs so bad. I can't do it. Come on, Chong. Alright, I guess we're doing this now. Thought he'd want to hurry up and get home. I guess this is what he wants to do now. I'll let him roll around for a few minutes. But, I mean, to live an honorable life, all you got to do is bring truth to others and try to bring unity. However way you can do it. If it's being a soldier, a politician, but there are good politicians out there. I mean, politicians are like lawyers, in a sense, I guess. No, we're not eating those nasty mushrooms. Anyways, politicians are like lawyers. There's a lot of bad ones, but there's some good ones. But are they necessary? Yes. Leave the dirt alone. But yeah, they're very necessary in life. And those politicians are what feed our system and what we do every day in our lives. So I mean, we can't. It's kind of like the U2 song. You can't live with or without them. Come on, we're going this way, Chong. I'm trying not to wake up that lady. I don't know if she's sick or what. I could not tell you, but I'm trying to honor her sickness here and let her rest. All right, here we go. There's more of this. Every time we come to the park, there's all kinds of rolling around in this grass. He does enjoy it. But like I said, this is the way I want my honorable death to be. And that's why I'm talking about soldiers in Vietnam. We all know it was a horrible war. But I do want to, since my father's not alive no more, I do want to talk about they did put people in cages in Vietnam. And they did feed people, have the rats, feed on them. And my father did watch these big rats, because my dad said these rats got real big. He used to tell me that. He hated rats and because he had to watch his friends get eaten by them. So it did something to him. And if you had to watch your friends being eaten by rats, I think you'd have a better perspective in life. And you got to respect that. I don't know, these birds just hanging on here. Okay, here we go. At least we got some critters. There we go. We got a little bit of critters. We didn't get big critters, but we got little. But yeah, I mean, they went through some. The Vietnamese had some pretty good torture methods, and these guys went over there at 18, 19 years old, and got their legs blown off in landmines. And if they were sometimes they had to die on the field. And my dad said these rats got big because they got used to eating humans. So they were like cannibal rats and they got huge. So there's people that have went through a lot for our freedom. And I would say that's a lot. Dealing with rats that are eating people. And the Vietnamese themselves could be pretty nasty, honestly. If you think about it, they always dug those tunnels. Always dug those tunnels. And sometimes you got sucked in a hole and tortured there. They had all kinds of torture. They used to take out pieces of your skin. They used to do a lot of stuff. And the fact that these guys have went through war and seen torture and seen their friends tortured and killed and then come back to not be honored it's horrible. It's some of the worst things that could happen. I think the lack of humanity for these individuals, in my opinion, is terrible. If anybody told me they were in any kind of war, I don't care if it was my country or not, I would say thank you for your service. Because they're still sticking up for people. It doesn't matter whose people it is. People's people to me. It's the Middle East. I believe that we should honor them too. I mean, I don't know. I've not talked to a Middle Eastern soldier, but I'm sure that if our soldiers were being eaten by rats, they were going through some kind of torture. I would imagine. And just the day the Russians came with that when they were like, I got the Russian standoff. The Russians, they go through a lot of training themselves. Honestly, they really do. The Russians, I mean, I give it up to the Russians. They have tried to fulfill their lives too. And they try to help their country and their fellow people. And they probably went through some stuff. I don't know what torture methods they had to endure because I'm not Russian, obviously. I do like Russians. I like their accent. I like their sense of humor. I do watch some Russian YouTubers because I do like them. They got a hard sense to them that's funny. But yeah, I'm sure that they're pretty badass too. I mean, if you think about it, you got a survival situation like that. It takes a certain kind of soul to be able to survive these kind of things in life. And I don't think my soul was meant for those kind of conditions. But I do think I was meant to spread truth. That I do. You just literally all this farting around that you do, we could be home. I guess he doesn't want to be home. This is why I do my live streaming by this park all the time. I would love to do some tarot readings and talk to you in my house. But this one here always wants to poop or pee. And by the time I try to get to it, he bothers me so much. The live stream's always here. Because this is the place to be, I guess. Alright, stop eating the grass. Stop. Okay, now we're doing this. But, like I said, I mean, we have got to honor. Alright, no! No! Get out! Get out! Get that out of your mouth. No. You're not eating all that grass. I don't know if it's chemically treated or not. Come on. Let's start going home before you get too hot. It's like 80 degrees out here, and he wants to have a whole hiking trip. This is what Chong does. But, like I said, and I guess because I see the dead, I like to honor the dead and all that it's worth. And some dead I don't see, some dead I do. And I have not seen a Russian soldier to let's tell you. Most of the time I see dead witches. I really do. And I do see other people that are dead also, but most of them it's just dead witches. The dead seem to circulate a lot around people that they know or groups of people they're familiar with. So I don't get a lot of soldiers that hang out with a person with abilities. Most of the time if they haven't crossed over yet and they're getting ready too soon, it's always their family. All the time. That I will tell you. Your family member passes, it's because they want to cross over seeing you for as long as they can. And if you get that deja vu feeling that someone's watching you, they absolutely are, especially after the funeral. Usually they stick around for like a week or so, and you'll see them. But if you can't see them, you'll feel them. The dead will watch you sleep. They just want that last little bit of seeing their life and their loved ones before they get reborn again. And you'll see that person again. Because death is not so grim and awful. It's sad, especially like when your parent dies. And it was hard for me to deal with when my mom died. But it took me 10 years. 10 years, folks. And finally, after 10 years, my mother, I did see her a lot, and she was able to pass. I held my mother 10 years before she could pass through. My love was so strong, she just stayed around. And I felt bad about it, but I was young. I didn't understand what death was about. I didn't know. But now I do. I don't know if what form she's going to take, or if she's going to wait till I die, or if she's just going to watch over me. That I don't know. I wish I did, because that'd be awesome. I would actually like that. Oh my God, I think we have a squirrel. These walks with Chong never disappoint. Now we got squirrel status. This is why it's good to have a live streaming button. This is what he does. You would think he gets perfectly still. And he's black lab. You would think this would be with the damn duck. He's actually good with the ducks, which is weird. He does with the squirrels what he should be doing with ducks. Okay, now he's going to literally sit there and do this. Thank God these people are sleeping or whatever they're doing. Chong, you can't just be sitting in these people's yards. Alright, here he goes. So we'll just keep watching him. He's an interesting dog. Alright, Chong, you are way up on their lawn now. I know you're used to Metro Parks, but you have got to scoot over. Come on, you got to scoot over out of this yard. Chong, come on. Ugh. God, you're strong. Stop. Alright, thank you. You can't be in the front yard. I'm going to walk over here to keep you out of the front yard. Come on, Chong. We're standing in front of their house now. All this, folks, is over a squirrel. Literally. I don't know why he hates them so much. I can't figure this out. Come on, Chong. You're up on that lawn again. I know you're trying to sneak up on the squirrel, but I'm right here. Come on. Chong. I'm going to pull him along, away from people's yards. I'm not sure if I can. Hang on. I don't know if you see that. But that's the squirrel. Alright, come on. Let's go. But sometimes when I talk, people get depressed, but don't be depressed. I've had a lot of loved ones die. Almost 80% of my family's dead, in fact. But they do come back. I have seen that. And sometimes it's some most unique people you never would think they are. It doesn't always have to be birth. It could be somebody that died and came back. These are called walk-ins. If you got remarried, your husband died, and your new husband went to the hospital and died and got brought back, your new husband could be the walk-in from your old husband. This is how crazy these rules can get. Honestly. Because the same thing happened to me when I was in ICU. I literally flatlined and everything. I said goodbye to the world I remember. And when I came back, I felt different. And they had to revive me twice. I flatlined twice, but I feel like I'm a different person. I don't have the same emotions as the old me had. I don't have any of that, which is good because from the memory, I remember the memories, but I don't have. I guess I don't have the emotions behind the memories. That's how when you know you're a walk-in. So instead of people just having to go see psychiatrists and stuff for being a walk-in, I just kind of already knew. And when my mom died, I remember, I feel the pain of that, but I don't feel it like I did before. It's really weird. I feel like someone different, but I remember all my memories. I know it's just so hard to explain when you're an actual walk-in. And my mom was a walk-in too. I think we were always meant to be together, even it meant if we died and broke apart. I know it sounds weird, but this is how I kind of see it. And it's not horrible. It's not a horrible way of looking at things, honestly. And it's not horrible to be a walk in. It just meant that my mom's soul had unfinished business. And that's it. So, but I'm okay with it. And it was some of my mom's work where she wanted peace, spread peace in the world, and she died in her 40s. And she wants me to spread peace. So I do it in my dead mother's name. Because I know one day I'm going to be dead. And maybe I'll be a walk-in another body. I don't know. But while I'm in here in this body, I'm wanting to fulfill my mother's death wish. And that is her death wish. To spread peace. My mom hated all this hate and stuff. My mom was a hippie in her life. One of her lives. She probably had millions of lives. But my mother was always a peacemaker. And she popped in and out of lifetimes. She always has. And to honor her memory, this is what I do. I start these blogs. I do my little stuff. I try to spread awareness because I feel this is what we should do. Sounds stupid. A lot of people might find it silly, but I don't. I think it's pretty good. The mission I have. I don't know if you guys see those birds. Because we didn't really get good bird footage at the other place we were at. I don't know. It's one of my dreams to be a wildlife photographer. See? I kind of see him in the camera now. And then that one went that way. Alright. Come on. Hopefully we get to... Oh, there he goes. Okay, well. Maybe I'll go in this other area over here. It seems to be more open with a ton of trees, so... I don't know how many spots he has to find to be happy. But we are talking about Chong. But yeah, folks, death only comes for the ones that they're ready for. And if you're doing really good things and you're not meant to die, you're just not going to. And if your time is up, you might come back as a walk-in. And honestly, I'm kind of glad I did because I don't know if I'd want to start all over with new parents. That just seems, I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lot of fun to me. Oh, there's a lot here. There must be a nest in this tree. I don't know if you guys seen that Chong. I'm trying to tape over here. Jeez. I don't know if you've seen all those birds go that way. They all came from this tree. I'll tell you that much. Yes, that's our bedroom. Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot. Oh, here's the husband.
Hey, Chong, relax.
I think he wants to come in.
Watching you on YouTube right now.
What?
Watching you on YouTube right now.
Oh, so you're watching yourself through a window. Oh, is that your new way of spying on me?
It pops up.
I know, I'm joking. If I was worried about people spying on me, I wouldn't be a live streamer now, would I?
Well, that's how it goes. People will stop you.
Well,
That's how it is.
well, I don't think that they're gonna. Hey! Stop eating and crazy shit. We're coming in because he's hot, and I think we got enough birds. Alright, we're coming towards the front now. But like I said, your loved ones, don't be too... be upset. You're supposed to be emotional, but just know that they're coming back to you one way or another, and you're coming back to them. That's the best advice I could give you. So, and I'm going to end this because I'm going inside, and you guys, I'm hoping you have a good holiday weekend.